once again, we're back with a tea. Early morning and a realisation that you haven't got anything soft to put this tea on because it's going to make a noise whenever I put it down. I'm back with more AITA, which we all love, I'm sure. So today we've got a couple of stories to run through. We've got a couple of stories we're going to read and see how they go. Give some opinions on them. It's just my opinion, guys. Sometimes they're kind of deep, but I bet today will be a bit more light-hearted. So, am I the a-hole for telling my dad he made a dumb decision and I don't need to fix it for him? So, my mother died when I was 16M. 16M was 5. I remember her just not amazingly well. When I was 7, my dad started dating again, which is fair, I guess, 2 years later, you know. And met Mara. At first I was upset about Mara and my dad dating and didn't want to meet her and gave her a hard time. I told her I didn't want her replacing my mother, which is, you know, an understandable reaction from a kid. She gave me space to let out my feelings at her. Then she reassured me she was not going to take my mother's place. She told me she really liked my dad and wanted to like me too, but she didn't have to be my mum for us to like each other. At first I wasn't sure if I believed her, but she won me over when we got along really well. She won me over and we got along really well. She even lived with us for a year, but when I was 10 my dad broke up with Mara and said she wasn't trying hard enough to fill the role of a mother for me and I needed a mother. Oh, wow. Your dad's a bit of a dick, so he didn't start seeing someone for himself. He wanted a nanny without the payment that he can be intimate with. Okay. Wow, that is gross. Anyway, I told him I didn't want another mother and I loved Mara. She was the best. Mara was blindsided by it because things had been so good and didn't think my dad had said it. And I don't think my dad had said it would be a deal breaker. That's crazy. If that's a deal breaker, then I'm really sorry for you, my guy, but Mara has dodged a bullet. Within a few months, he met his wife, Stacey. Stacey was a single mother with a 2-year-old daughter. I was 11 by then. This is crazy, man. So he sees that she's got a kid and thinks, oh yeah, she'll take her in mind. Clearly that's what is on his mind. Stacey was very on board to be my new mother, and I was not. Yeah, exactly, that's the issue. Yeah, that's such a bad thing. If you're going to go in to try and fill that role, you're not going to fill that role because that's not what it is. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand that because it sounds to me like Mara was being a mother. I mean, I don't know the intricacies of that relationship, but that sounds stupid because if she was there for the kid and they got along and they liked each other, and if he says I loved her, does that not sound like a motherly role? It's not about being a mother and a father, a parent, whatever. It's not about, and I guess I say this as someone without kids, but it's not about just the oh yeah, you feed them or you clothe them or you tell them what to do. It's about being a confidant, being a support, and being someone they can talk to and who they love, and whatever. Anyway, let's get back into it. Not even halfway through, so I went off on a tangent. I should save this for the end. Let's get back into a bit more drinking because I'm thirsty. start from the very beginning. No, I'm joking, we won't. Start from where I left off in that sentence. Or the start of that sentence even. Stacey was very on board for being my new mother. I was not. I said it so many times that I didn't want a new mother. I wouldn't call anyone else mum. I missed Mara, and I wouldn't give Stacey a chance if she tried to take over my mother's place. I was ignored, and Dad and Stacey got married when I was 12, so he's literally just getting married for effectively what is kind of, he wants a slave, that's what he wants. After my 16th birthday, which was June, my dad kind of realised I was serious about not wanting a mother and not giving Stacey a chance to be my mum. She has tried so hard to. She's tried to make me love her and her daughter, but I'm not here to get a new mother. I'm not open to it. Something Dad knows. It's caused a lot of strain with him and Stacey because Stacey found out I had DM'd Mara recently and apologised for her. I'd apologised for Dad and thanked her for being awesome and saying I miss her. Stacey said she can't even get me to say I like her, which is honestly unfair on Stacey. I think it's hard. Like, I wish there was just more of a conversation between those two, because like the thing is he's a kid. Like what do they expect? Like there's not much of a conversation to be had there. He's a kid. He's not even a teenager, really. By that point, like come on, they don't have their shit together. I didn't when I was a teenager, and that I don't know how I would have like managed that. This is a bit mean, but Stacey said I can't even get me to say I like her. I told her it's because I don't. That I don't like people who don't listen or who think they can get me to do things like let them be my new mother. Stacey said she was excited, promised a family for her daughter, not this. And that's like the dad has completely messed everything up here, because that's obviously she's looking for someone that wants to be part of a family. And yeah, oh my god. Dad put me aside a few nights ago and told me he now realises I was serious about the things I said. Almost like kids have opinions and they shouldn't be ignored. I loved Mara, and he realises I love Mara, but that he really wanted the best for me, and someone who wouldn't even try to be my new mother wasn't there. He told me Stacey would be such a good second mum to me, and I could have a sister if I gave this a chance. He said his marriage could end if we can't pull together as a family. I told him he made a dumb decision and I wouldn't fix it for him. I said it was fine if Mara just wasn't the one for him, or if their relationship changed, but I loved her because she wasn't my mother. She was someone I could trust and love as Mara, and that my dislike of Stacey wasn't changing, and neither was my unwillingness to get a new mother. Dad told me I don't speak to him like that I was out of line. Am I the a-hole? No, you're not out of line. Honestly, you're not out of line. He'll say that and he'll make it seem like you're a child and you shouldn't, but honestly he's been neglecting your emotions. I think people are so quick to ignore the feelings of children, and it irritates the shit out of me, and I for one will do my utmost whenever I have children to not be like that, because it's very, very important to listen to them, because just because they're children doesn't mean they don't understand how they feel. They might not understand the world or how things work necessarily, but if they're telling you something, you need to listen to them, and this dad just has not done that. And the thing is, like, the saddest part about this is you can have more than one mother, right? There are families with two mothers in them that are not in this situation, where two women are in a relationship and they have children. Like, you can have multiple mothers. In this case it's different because obviously, you know, it feels like a replacement, but at the same time it's okay to be like that. If he'd gone about it a different way and been like, no one's replacing your mother, but it's okay to open yourself up and have another like motherly figure, or have another person who doesn't necessarily take on that role, but like there'd been more of an actual conversation, but he clearly just doesn't care. He thinks he knows everything. which is so annoying because I would argue that Mara is basically has taken on that role. I mean, I don't know, again, the intricacies of that relationship and that family, so I don't know, maybe she just chatted with the kid and that was it, and that's why he liked her, but at the end of the day, he trusted her, and that's the most important thing. I mean, if he's turning around saying that he loved her, it tells me really all I need to know, that really, whether he would admit it or not, she basically has become another mother to him. But far from me to actually put words in someone's mouth, that would be wrong to do. So you know my opinions on that. I'm interested to see what some of the comments are. Probably not the a-hole. You've consistently told your dad over the years you didn't want a new mother, and he was consistently, including now, he has consistently, including now, ignored what you have to say. He screwed up, not you. Yeah, OB is actually replying to some of these, so I'm questioning Stacey's good sense, sanity. How does a woman agree to marry men on the promise of being a traditional family without taking into account how the children feel? I guess because she doesn't, well, in all fairness, she doesn't know that though. She doesn't know that if the dad turned around and said, he wants a new mother, he needs a new mother, she may not have thought about that. I don't know, I feel like that's unfair on her. You can't expect her to know what this other kid is feeling before they're involved. But especially if they don't have a conversation. I don't know. But then again, they wouldn't have just got married right away, right? But she's also thinking about her own kid, who wants a dad, who maybe wants a family. I don't know. But I don't think you need to have any of those things necessarily to be a good, decent human being and to have a happy life. Personally, but I know there are some people that would disagree with me on that. Someone said, based on the timelines, I think your dad might have been cheating on Mara with the new wife. Either way, you're strong for sticking to your guns. Yeah. I don't like the sort of theorising. It doesn't sit well with me. Someone said they think that Stacey has filled Mara's head so that she could get in the spot. Stacey filled his head with Mara not being good for his kids, so she could get in that spot. But that's just postulating something that you don't know. You have no idea if that's the case. The irony is that Mara was the person who understood you best by letting your relationship be on your terms. She earned your respect where Stacey expects it, just because she married your father, who is thinking along these lines too. It's telling that your father remarried in large part to provide you with a new mother over respecting your position on the matter. Oh my gosh, there's hammering already at this time in the morning. That's crazy. They're doing works upstairs still. It's been really, really hard, guys, to make videos. I can't make them during the day. It's either really early in the morning or at night, and I'm doing this as early as I can, and I'm hearing it in the background. Alright, am I the a-hole for playing favourites with my grandkids when confronted by my daughter-in-law telling her that it is due to her? This is a shorter one, so we'll try and get through this one a little bit quicker so we can get through it before this drilling starts. This post is about my son and Amy, my daughter-in-law. They've been married for about 10 years and have 2 kids. They are 10 and 6. At the beginning I really tried to get along with her, but she made it difficult. She is not very sociable and always put her own mother overseeing her husband's side of the family. This is really apparent with holidays and the kids. She always chooses to go to her mother's for holidays, even if I do it early or do it on an early or late day. Okay, the writing in this is not very good. If I offer to babysit, she always tells me she asked her mother, or she would get back to me the time I do babysit or get to hang out with the grandkids. She is criticising everything I do, usually saying that not our mother or how she does it. My gosh, okay. This is not what I need to be reading this early. Usually saying that's not how a mother or I do it, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. At the beginning, my son was trying to fix this, but gave up. We see him separately from his wife and kids. I truly don't understand it, and I've asked if I did anything wrong, but no answer on that. I gave up when my other son had kids. It's so much better. I have a great relationship with my other daughter-in-law and the kids. The kids are 9 and 4. I gave my Ava, which is the 9-year-old granddaughter, or step-granddaughter. Oh, interesting as well. And I say interesting purely because of what the story is. I gave her my family necklaces. That was my mother's. She loves it and has been wearing it everywhere, according to my son. That also includes school, which started this issue. My daughter-in-law called me up and asked why Ava got a family necklace, but her daughter 10 didn't get one. I told her I just wanted to give it to Ava. She got angry and told me I was playing favourite and that her daughter is older and so she should have gotten the necklace. I told her that yes, I am playing favourites and it's due to her. That's not good. I pointed out that I do not know her daughter because of her, that her kids will not be getting any of my family stuff because of her. This was a huge argument and she called some a jerk and called me a jerk and wanted to give her kid a necklace. I am doubting myself on this. I mean, let's be honest, you should definitely not be playing favourites with the grandchildren. I get it, but don't ruin your relationship with your grandchildren because your mother, because the mother is being a pain. Obviously, your son needs to grow a backbone, to be honest. Clearly he's not made much of an effort to try and sort things out, but like, I'm not being funny. Like, why would you not say anything to your partner if you want to go around? We went around your house last Christmas, we're coming around mine next. Like, I want them to see my family. So either your son doesn't have a backbone or like he kind of agrees. I don't know, I couldn't say, but do not let it ruin your relationship with the grandchildren. If you want a relationship with those grandchildren, then this seems to be a case where you're going to have to work for it and or make the most when you do see them. Maybe make some suggestions, I don't know, but you will be the villain if you do that. As for like the favourites, saying that you are playing favourite is a really bad way of saying it, honestly. Should not have said that, because all you're doing is giving, ammunition for the daughter-in-law. But also, the actual context is stupid. Like, okay, she got a necklace, that's just who it was given to. Honestly, if stuff was given to my cousins or my sister by my grandmother, I wouldn't feel any way about it. I would hope my parents wouldn't feel any type of way about it, but I very much doubt I'm getting any jewellery. But I don't think it's really hard, especially if you had imagine the wedding ring and they're being like, oh, I'm going to give your grandmother, and you've got a bunch of grandkids and you've got a wedding ring you want to give away to someone in the family. Who do you give it to? What do you do with that? It's really, really hard, and ultimately the daughter-in-law doesn't get to be part of that conversation because she's not made an effort. So realistically, I would say daughter-in-law has no place to have a conversation in that because she hasn't bothered to be part of the to be part of the family. And it's your stuff to give away. All I would do is consider the fact that obviously they are your grandchildren. If you want a relationship with them, if you want them not to be told that you're horrible, don't say that you're favouriting the other grandchildren, and consider the fact that obviously they might not necessarily want something, but it definitely looks a type of way if you do only give stuff to the other grandchildren. And you can say that it's the mother all you want, but that doesn't stop you from giving a present to your son to give to them. So I think it's not a great excuse, personally. I get it, and you're feeling frustrated. Do not take it out on the grandchildren. It's not fair on them. They haven't done anything wrong. Your bad relationship is with your daughter-in-law. Don't make it into your grandkids as well. Yeah, I mean, some people are saying not the AO. That's true. I agree. She wants to keep the grandkids away. Where the hell is the sun in all of this? Good question. I wonder if anyone is saying like don't do. Sorry, I lost my train of thought because the hammering. It's not like no one is saying like don't not include, like don't do what I just said basically. Hopefully people will. Yeah, this is kind of crazy of a situation. Someone said an interesting one here. Not the it's difficult, but the conversation needs to be steered towards the amount of quality time you're able to spend with your grandchildren. She's putting the focus on the gifts that were given when that's the least important part of the relationship. I wouldn't discuss with Amy about why her daughter isn't getting a necklace. She'll try to poke holes in the argument, come up with counter arguments, and spend way too much time on that point. The conversation should focus on why you're not able to see your grandkids for the holidays, why you can't babysit them, why you can't spend more time with them. Hopefully that necklace is causing your granddaughter to pressure Amy about seeing you more, even if it's for slightly jealous reasons. And now is a great time for your son to start trying to fix this again. Amy seems to have a renewed interest. Yeah, now that her kids are not receiving gifts, she has interest in it, which is very interesting. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Steer the conversation away from the gifts and more to why are you giving a necklace to the other grandchildren? A fair question. Can I ask you why I don't get to see them? Why I can't babysit them? And who knows? Maybe the grandmother has done something wrong, but communicate that, or at least say it to the son. Maybe she has said it to the son, and the son doesn't want to say it to the grandmother, and she doesn't feel confident. We don't know. The grandmother could have done something here. The OB might have done something, and maybe doesn't have the self-awareness of it. Which, as much as I don't want to presume that, and I won't presume that, having said, all of the stuff beforehand, given that she very quickly responded with, I am playing favourites, and then, got really into having the other grandkids, which she obviously is interested in having a relationship with, and she's obviously interested in a relationship with both, but the response of I am playing favourites, and it's your fault, could be a red flag. But it could also just be a very valid sort of frustrated response. As with all of these stories, it's kind of impossible to really tell how much someone is actually in the wrong and what they do and don't include. But based on what we've read here, it's hard to really suggest that she is the issue. Alright guys, the hammering is getting more consistent now, so I'm going to have to end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, remember to drop a like, I really appreciate that. Consider subscribing to the channel, pressing the bell icon, and checking out the videos on the side of the screen over here. I forget that it's flipped this way around. Go check out the videos, and I will see you in the next one guys. Take care.